Hey everybody, how you doing? I hope you're having a fabulous Monday night or a great Tuesday, depending on when you're watching this. Today we're going to be dealing with right triangles and be doing some SOHCAHTOA on them. As the rule goes, triangles that have, or right triangles, or all triangles, when triangles have all angles being congruent, their sides will always be proportional with each other, no matter what the size is. We covered that with 30, 60, 90 triangles and 45, 45, 90 triangles. But now what happens when it's not one of the special right triangles, like, you've got this 53-degree angle and the right angle. How do you solve it? And that's going to be some SOHCAHTOA, sine, cosine, and tangent. When doing these problems, the first thing you need to do is you need to look at the triangle and figure out, well, do we want sine, do we want cosine, or do we want tangent? So in this case, the 120 or the 12.7 feet, that's the hypotenuse of the triangle. And when I look at this side here, the W, to this angle that's opposite or adjacent, this one's adjacent. So you look up here and you think, well, which one of these three rules covers hypotenuse and adjacent? And that's cosine here. Cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So we write our equation. Cosine 53 degrees equals the adjacent W over the hypotenuse. 12.7 feet. We're just going to use 12.7. Well, you could solve this equation by simply multiplying both sides by 12.7, and you'd end up getting 12.7 times cosine 53 degrees. And that would be the exact answer. I guess if we want to go exact answer, I would need to add feet onto it. But of course, you're usually just going to look for the decimal approximation here. You want to make sure your calculator is in degree mode. Right here, my calculator says DEG, DEG. That means degree. It is in degree mode. So I can just go, let's see, 12.7 times cosine of 53, close parentheses. And it gave me an answer of 7.643 feet for the approximation. All right, so we have the exact, the approximate. What if your calculator is not in degree mode? For this class, if you've been using the this type of calculator, that is in, where do we keep that? Yeah, right here. You hit the DRG button, and you could either be in degrees, radians, which we're going to learn about in Chapter 13, or gradians, which Elliot has never used his entire life. So you just go along and you make sure that you are in degree mode. This entire chapter, you always want to be in degree mode, and it'll say DEG on your screen. All right, number 2. So for this one, I have this angle here, and if I look at these sides that I'm given, the 4 inches, and I'm looking for this M, the 4 inches represents the opposite, because it is opposite this angle. This M represents the adjacent, because it's next to the angle and it's not the hypotenuse. So O and A, that means you're going to be using tangent. So when we write our equation, tangent of the angle, tangent of 33.5 degrees will always be equal to 4 divided by M. Now look, if you look back at number 1, the variable was in the numerator. This is the one-step variety. Over here, when the variable is in the denominator, that's the two-step variety. Step 1 is you multiply both sides by that M. So I have M times tangent of 33.5 degrees equals 4. I can then divide both sides by that tangent of 33.5 degrees. So M equals 4 divided by tangent 33.5 degrees. This is the exact answer. Because we're dealing with inches, I'll put inches here. But of course you can get yourself a decimal approximation. 4 divided by, clear this out, 4 divided by tangent 33.5 degrees, close parentheses, and I get an approximation of 6.043 inches. Answer with 3 decimal spots. Approximate to 3 decimal spots. The thousandth. Alright, last example, and let's think. If number 1 involved cosine and number 2 involved tangent, what do you think this one's going to be about? Let's find out. Well, I have 2 sides here. The side that's given to me, this 5.3 miles, that is the hypotenuse. I forgot there's no right, the right angle mark should be there. And then to this 18 degrees, this side way over on the opposite side of the triangle is the opposite. So I have the opposite, I have the hypotenuse. I look up here, what am I going to use? Opposite and hypotenuse, that's sine. So back up to here, sine of this angle, oops, start over, sine of 18 degrees is equal to opposite x over hypotenuse, 5.3. So the exact answer, you'd multiply both sides by that 5.3, and you have 5.3 times sine of 18 degrees equals x. That is the exact. You can then pick up your calculator and get the decimal approximation. And in this case, I got 1.638 if I round up. 1.638, and we're talking miles. Whoa, big triangle. So 1.638 miles approximately. And that's SOHCAHTOA. It only works for right triangles, not all triangles. And these proportions will always be the same no matter what the size of the triangle is. We'll talk about the hows in class tomorrow. Anyway, have yourselves a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.